AOM Retold, New Gods Pack Freyr. Let's talk about it. So, this is the Gods Pack you get with the premium edition of Retold. And you actually have to get the premium edition to get this Gods Pack. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. I guess you just don't get to use Freyr in multiplayer if you don't get the premium edition. So I'd say the premium edition is definitely worth it, especially since you get the 2 expansions as well for free. So let's talk about what this Gods Pack, like what you get with it. So this is the new major god for the Norse, and then each major god gets 3 minor gods. So the minor gods are Uller, Aegir, and Vidar. So Freyr is the god of fertility and kingship. Freyr's focus is on defensive and technological, rather than being aggressive. Freyr's god power is the Golembursty, which is a temporarily summon giant golden boar to defend your town center. So they got a screenshot of him right here. So I'm guessing, I don't know if you're going to be able to micro this boar or move him, but I'm guessing he's sort of limited to just being around your town center. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and find out. All right, let's talk about Uller. So Uller is the classical Age Norse god of oaths and archery. Uller improves your defenses and longhouse units. Uller's god power is that Asgardian Bastion allows you to erect a powerful hill fort like fortification 1H earlier than usual. His myth unit is the Draugr. It's a really cool myth unit, by the way. An undead archer whose arrows penetrate multiple targets. So, yeah, this is the Draugr. Really cool archer myth unit. You might remember from the extended edition, they had the Bogsviger, which we've not seen in Retold. But now Freyr has a myth unit archer, which is pretty cool, and it penetrates multiple units. All right, so next is Aegir, the heroic Norse god of the sea and storms. Aegir boosts your myth units and siege weapons. Just right off the bat, I can tell you in deathmatch, this might become a balance issue because you already have a lot of ballista spam, and I can see there being a lot of ballista spam and Draugr at the same, with a lot of hill forts. So you have Draugr kind of protecting the ballista with a bunch of hill forts around it. I can see this potentially being a balance issue in DM. Not so much in supremacy. I don't think it's going to be an issue. But definitely this early hill fort is definitely going to be interesting to see what kind of build orders people come up with. Maybe some fast 2 town center build orders. Even with that new town center that you don't even have to build on placement. Maybe I call it like a half a town center, so maybe a 1.5 town center type build with this hill fort, this new hill fort. I can see maybe becoming a thing, but we'll have to wait and see. And then you have Vidar, the mythic god, Norse god of vengeance and resilience. Vidar favors your human shoulders and heroes. Vidar's god power Inferno unleashes a fiery path of destruction and incinerates all in its path. His myth unit is Fafnir, the infamous wingless god, wingless dragon of Norse legend, who envelops enemies in fire and poisonous fumes. So here's your here's the new destructive god power that it was talking about. So it looks like it can damage buildings. Of course, damage units. So this is actually the first like destructive god power from Norse. So it's going to be really cool to see this in action. And then you have Fafnir. I believe they had a that's another screenshot. But here's Fafnir, wingless dragon. So he breathes fire and poisonous fumes. So that probably means your units are going to be taking poison damage as well, probably. And then let's take a look at this other screenshot. So yeah, here you have the hill fort. Let's keep reading on before we get that far. One new fully voiced mythical battle. Ringlings for Alley. So I think this is like a campaign thing. Yeah, this is just a campaign thing. But anyway, in this screenshot that we were looking at, so here's the new hill fort. I'm not sure if that hill fort is going to be a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker than a regular hill fort. We'll have to wait and see. And you can also see the new rock myth unit. And this myth unit, I believe it's called the rock giant, but this myth unit, it can actually devour buildings. And I don't know if it's going to work the same way as Colossus, where like the Colossus can eat gold mines or devour gold mines to gain health. It might be the same way with the rock giant myth unit, where it can eat buildings and gain hit points. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, and here you see some of the new Draugr archer myth units and that archer. So let's, yeah, and I found this little graphic on Reddit about all of this. Oh, and you also saw in that screenshot, it was casting that Tempest hailstorm, which damages and slows down your units. We talked about the Inferno. We saw the Bastion, the Golem Bursty, the Draugr, and here's the Rock Giant. Rock Giant is a heroic age myth unit. And then, of course, Fafnir. And so they released some gameplay from Gamescom, which we're going to take a look at. So here you can see they're summoning that new hill fort, Frosty Hill Fort right here. So this must be like a campaign mission or something. And then you can see the Golem Bursty as your first arcade god power up there. Now he's got an army. You can see the Draugr in the back there. And you can see he has like a special, like he shoots arrows in like a cone first. So that's like his special ability. And then, so, yeah, you can see some of the rock giants right there and fire giants. And look at the range on this guy. He actually has, he actually has 19 range. If you look at him, I believe he was selected at one point, but he actually has 19 range. And that's a lot. That's like, I believe it Ballista has like 30 range, but if you look at like Toxote only has 15 range. So the Draugr has more range than a Toxote. By the way, this is the Wikipedia for the changes, the changelog in Retold. I'm going to leave it in a link down below so you guys can keep up with all the different changes. It goes over all the units, all the upgrades, any changes that came from the original AOM to or extended edition to Retold. So I'm gonna leave it in a link down below. But anyway, so the Draugr has more range than its Toxote. It has a lot of range, as you can see here from the gameplay. You can see here he's got a hero. See the Valkyrie fighting, the throwing axeman. Yeah, so you can see there he casted that hailstorm, which damages your units and slows down your units. And there's that hill fort. So yeah, I think that was about it from the gameplay. He didn't cast the Inferno, unfortunately, so we didn't get to see that in action. Oh, and there you see the range of the Draugr, 19 range. That's insane. So yeah, we'll end up see we'll see if Freyr is used as a really a defensive uh, Norse god or not, because like Norse typically don't want to be defensive. Maybe we'll see him more defensive at the start. Like I can see some 2 TC builds, like I was talking about, and then leading into more offensive, like classical age. I'm talking about supremacy. And then in deathmatch, I can see Draugr just being. There's no reason for him to be defensive in deathmatch. You don't typically want to be defensive playing deathmatch. Um, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the meta develops around this new god. Let me know what you guys think at the bottom. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.